so long as everybody can hear me. Today, our presentation is about our project with Scoular, a great company that they've been a great sponsor for us, honestly. And this project has been about routing customer information. So we're going to go through a couple slides here, give you a little bit of background about what's going on. So here, this is a little bit about the company, about their industries. They're an agricultural supply chain that provides these other supplies and whatnot, different industries, and they provide it to many people. They have offices and facilities around the world and have been in the business for over a century. And you can kind of see their values here. I suppose I can use the fancy red dot pointer, but nobody can see it. But there's a little bit about the company Scoular. Very grateful to have them along for this. So, talking a little bit about the people that were involved with this. These are people that have contributed greatly from the company. Every single one of these people up here have given us input, feedback about what needs to be changed, what needs to be different, and how to improve. So big shout out to everybody. Some people may not be able to be here in person, but I know we have Brandon and Chris. They're both very good about giving feedback, as well as Justin. We very much appreciate that. Christy Fortenberry, I know, gave us an opportunity to use and work with users that actually use their current processes, as well as Giselle helping us out a lot with actually building the app, and Hope. Robin is actually one of the users that we interacted with. She's great, lots of fun. Anyways, don't want to talk you guys up too much. I'll move on here and talk about our faculty. So, biggest portion that helped us stay on track, we have Melanie. She's not here today, unfortunately, but she helped me especially in, I guess, making sure we're on track, on time, doing everything. And along with her, Vinod. Grateful to have him. He's provided us a lot of feedback about how we should be running this project, this operation. And then our coach, Ben, provided us a lot of good feedback, especially with UI, and giving us opportunities to test out what we have. So thank you guys very much. Shout out to you. I would clap my hands, but probably would make a loud noise for the other people on Zoom. But talking about us, obviously, I'm the guy over there in the top left. I'm Zayden. I've been the squad lead for this project and the product manager, making sure that everybody is doing their stuff and doing it right and on time. I'll give Kong the opportunity to introduce himself real quick, and then I'll take back and talk about the rest of the team.
Yeah, so just like you see, I'm a senior in the computer science, and I am acting as a developer manager. So we work in closely like from the last semester, and unfortunately we don't have play for today. But he has been helping us, especially like with the testing for the UI US, and yeah, is that it?
Yeah, sorry about that. That was a little bit out of the blue for Kong. I know I said I was going to take over these slides, and then I totally just threw it on him to talk about himself. But everybody on this slide has had major contributions to our application. Marie with database, as well as their own portion of the app. Peter Morales taking on his own new application that hasn't been implemented before in the Scoular system. And then everybody else, along with documentation, taking on a big portion and putting the entire project together. So Nate Matthews was working on printer control, which you guys don't know what that means right now. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Same with Alex. He was working on document routing. Peter Morales, mobile enrollment, as I was saying, and Kong also with printer control. But moving past who we are, let's get to the problem and opportunity. So the reason that this project has come together and was needed is because in the previous system, you had multiple systems. You had to open up a slot here, a page here, and all just to do one thing. Come on in. And so what we needed to do was take all these fragmented pieces and put it into one application. So our goal, our solution, was to bring, and you'll see that it's highlighted there in red, a more unified, efficient, reliable, and user-friendly application, minimizing the amount of effort that you have to do just to get one thing done. Less clicks, less confusion, as much clarity with the processes. So you can see the name of our project that we've come to know it as is Project Send, Scoular Electronic Notification and Documentation. And with this project, we are working on routing customer information. So from here on, I'm going to give the microphone to Kong. He's going to talk a little bit more about the solution that we provided and give a good overview. So thank you very much, Kong.
Okay. So with the challenge that school okay. So with the challenge that a Scoular team have been when they try to convert from their legacy system to the new system, we come up to build a new application that still have like all the functionality and the feature from the old application. So the new application is still have like four main key feature. We call the mobile enrollments, document routing, printer control, and also the maintenance. It also had the three keys functionality called the adding, filtering, searching, and also like modifying the data. And also the application also have the authentication functionality, which is help to separate between the IT user and the non-IT user. So let's move with the mobile enrollment first. So technically, this feature helping the user to connect between the mobile user with the Scoular customer, or it can also help like a third parties to connect with the customer too. And you can see that like on the left corner, it have like the area to help a user to searching or filtering the information. We also have like a reset button right here to help a user to reset the field so that like they can start to have a new to searching for a new record and adapting with the modern viewer. We have like a tooltip so that like it help a user to raise their awareness or explaining about hey what this field about, and also we have like an edit button and the edit button. Moving forward, so whenever the user click on the add-in or the editing, it will lead them to another new screen. And from this area, we also like implement a notification just to tell a user, just to let them know that like whether they are doing something wrong or if they complete or if when they hit the save button, it can tell them like the data had already successfully saved. Moving next with the document routings. For the document routings, it helps to manage the workflows so that like it can help. So the system help to create a workflow to control the document sending to the customer. And some special thing about the searching here is that like it have the hint box so that like whenever the user they type in the name, it will show up like a list of the record that have already like existing inside the database so that it can make things be more convenient for the user to searching for the information. And also we have like the icon, yeah, like just follows the modern UI UX desire, and within that like it can be help to make things less complex, but the user still can understand what is the feature about. For the printer controller, because there's like two kind of a document, one is for the settlement and the other is for the other document. So depending on what kind of a document, it can help a user to print out the document, and especially this working closely with the document routing. And finally, for the maintenance, this is mainly helping for the IT, allow the IT user to add in the merchant assistant into the system so that like it can support for the document routing and the printer control later. And finally, for the value and highlights, we hopefully that like we can deliver a new user-friendly application, and also it's supposed to centralize every feature or the key functionalities into one application, and also we hopefully that like we can build a foundation so that like a new team, a new Scoular team can continue working on what we have done. And finally, reflecting on ourselves, what we have learned about this, especially the most important is that like we as a student, sometimes we study a code, we just like, hey, we just finish the code. But the thing is that like working and study in the senior design, we can learn that we need to like understand the requirement from our stakeholder so that like we can deliver the meaningful application to the user. And also it can strengthen our communication skill. We so valuable that we rarely have that in any other class. And that's all of my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kong. Thank you to everybody else that was watching out there in the crowd. We appreciate your attention.